looking.
All right,
So maybe we'll get rid of the mask mandate.
we will all come to sit in a comfortable seat, crossing our legs, gently rocking side to side. And as you come into this tonight, I want you to find like a sway almost in your spine as you start to find where your sit bones are. So maybe you're swaying back and forth or a little bit side to side. And then you're gonna come into this center position where you feel even with both of your sit bones on the mat, and then start to lengthen up through your spine. Think about your shoulders lining up over your hips. If it's comfortable, close your eyes and take a big inhale. Feel your spine growing, your head reaching up to the ceiling. And then exhale everything back out. Inhale, draw everything in, feel yourself get taller. And then exhale, slowly letting it all out. One more time. This time, add your arms. So inhale, scoop all the air up overhead, bringing your fingers to touch above your head, nice and tall. And then exhale, press it all down. So bring your fingers in front of you, interlace them like you're gonna pull them apart. And then we're gonna slowly twist over to the right. Come back to center, twist over to the left. Come back to center. So your one hand might gently pull you in that opposite direction. So your left arm might pull your right arm, getting you to twist a little bit deeper. One more time, each side. And come back to center. Release your fingers down, reach your right hand down to the side, bring your left arm up, come all the way over, big side stretch. Maybe a little reach here, maybe a little turn, looking over your shoulder, looking back up. And then come all the way back through center. Reach your right arm out and up. And exhale over to the left. Big reach, twist. Little pulse here maybe. And then come back up. So we're gonna take hold of our knees and we're gonna do a little cat-cow in this seated position. So you're gonna inhale, roll forward, open your heart. And if you wanna look up, you can add that movement and then exhale, round your back, bringing your chin to your chest. So this can be as large or as small as you want it to be. Opening through your chest. Try and I'm noticing I'm not doing it, try and let your shoulders drop down and away. I like to keep my shoulders up around my ears. It's like a tension thing. It makes me feel like really secure, but actually you should keep your shoulders as far away from your ears as possible. And keep doing this at your own speed. And now we're gonna add that circle into it. So like an old coffee grinder. I love it when people use that as the analogy because I think we're gonna run out of people who know what that is pretty soon. And you can go as fast or as slow as you want and see if you can feel your torso stretching forward, and on the back, you feel this exhale, this concaving feeling. Next time you're in front, reverse the direction. Twisting, coming around. Adding in some shoulder, maybe your neck flows along with you. Perfect. And then come up to seated. We're gonna reach our arms forward, do a little thriller arms, stretching our forearms. So point your fingertips down and then flip them up and down. So anybody who's been on their phone all day or typing at their laptop computer, this might feel a little sensational through those forearms, and that's good. That's what we want to work that out. All right, shake out your arms, make your way into tabletop. And we are going to set up for some more cat-cow. Yeah. So really working on warming up our spine tonight. We're going to do some twisting. So we want to make sure that we are ready for that. So as you inhale, drop your belly, open your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, lifting your belly button up, crown of your head to the floor. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders and your fingers are spread nice. You're pressing into your fingertips, the whole outside of your palm. Beautiful. Just a couple more. And then come to your neutral tabletop. You're going to extend your right leg out behind you, rock back and forth on your right leg, stretching out your calf. Maybe your toes get a little crunchy, a little poppy. Maybe your ankle makes a little noise. That's all okay. And then come to stillness. Lift your left toes up. Your right toes up. Reach your left arm forward and come into this balance. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths, working on our balance in this position tonight. Instead of adding the contraction, let's just stay here in balance. 1 more breath and bring everything back down. Reach your left leg back, rock back and forth over your toes. Big stretch up through the entire back of your leg, through your calf, through your hamstring. And then settle in stillness. Lift your left leg up so it's at hip height. Flex your toes. Reach your right arm forward, and we're going to balance here. So gazing down. Now check and see that your hips are still in one line, your shoulders are still in one line, that you're not rotating one direction or the other. And you're gazing straight down. Nice. And return everything. Extend your right leg back behind you, and this time slide it out to your right side. So you're going to bring your right leg to your right side. You're going to roll down on your foot, press into the outer edge of your right foot, and come up into a half kneeling position. So you can stay here, or if you want, start to windmill your arms so that your left arm comes over to your right side. And then you're going to make a big windmill all the way over, right arm to the left side. And then you're going to come back around. So bending, we did a lot of bending in the other direction. Now we're going to bend in side to side motion. If you have a block or a pillow or a piece of furniture or something that you want to use to bring the floor closer, or you can keep your torso a little more upright and make the side to side motion a little bit smaller. Great. 1 more. And then we're going to come back down, hands to the mat, slide your right leg behind you, return your knee, maybe shake it out a little bit if you need to. Extend the left leg back, bring it over to the left side, press into the outer edge of your left foot and roll on up. Bring your right arm up. We'll start going to the left and then to the right, coming down as far as you are comfortable. This is working through your torso, helping with your balance, but also warming up your spine. Nice. Few more breaths here. And then we're going to come back to center, make your way back into tabletop, move that left knee behind you. Bring your elbows where your hands were. Had to think about my anatomy for a second there, so that your forearms are on the mat. You're going to shift your knees back a little bit. And if possible, start to sink your chest down to the floor, maybe even bringing your forehead all the way down, coming into your puppy posture. Only go as far as this is comfortable. If you need a block or a pillow to bring the floor up closer to you, of course you can do that. On your next exhale, you're going to pull your torso through, coming into a Sphinx pose with your hips on the mat, coming into a small back bend. Take a few breaths here, stretching. Nice. And then sit your hips back, coming back into your tabletop position. Extend your right leg out and up behind you. Draw your right knee all the way in. Slide your right foot up in between your hands. Float onto your fingertips. Come all the way up. All right, so from here, we're gonna open twist to the right and then come back to center and twist to the left. We're gonna do that once more each side, practicing this. Dang it, those guys are looking at their cat again. And come back to center, float your hands down, extend your right leg forward, flex your toes up to the ceiling. And now my tendency is for my left hip to bump out to the side. So you want to think about keeping your hips in line and stretching through the back of your leg. So you can keep your torso lifted up, or maybe you have the flexibility or the availability to bring your torso down closer to your leg, maybe even rounding through the spine, bringing your head towards your knee. Breathe here. And then roll onto your right foot, plant your hands, slide your right leg back. Shake it out, readjust, realign. Lift your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee in, slide your left foot up between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips and then inhale all the way up. We're going to open and twist to the left and then come to center. Open and twist to the right and to center and then back to the left and back to the right. Come back to center, float your fingertips down, press your hips back, flex your left toes. Check that you didn't bump to the right. Try and get nice and square. Beautiful. Find that stretch through the back of your leg. And you can either reach your heart forward, or if it's more interesting to you tonight, roll, round, and breathe. And roll onto the left foot, plant your hands, come back to tabletop. Walk your hands, one hand print forward, curl your toes under. We're gonna peel ourselves up nice and slowly to downward facing dog. So take your time. Nice and slow, pedaling side to side. Nice. Wiggling the hips a little bit. Doing your thing. And then come to some stillness, some quietness. This might be your only quiet moment all day. Float your right leg up behind you, keeping your foot flexed. Hold it here for one breath, finding your balance. And then draw your right knee in, slide your right foot up between your hands and coming into your low lunge. Hold here in your low lunge. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle. And then when you're ready, float your arms on up, coming into your high lunge. So we're going to try that. Open to the right, back to center, open to the left. It's a little more wobbly. You can always put your back knee back down again. One more time each side. One trick is to reach your left heel back further and then come to center. Rain your fingers down. Press the floor away from you. Straighten your front leg as much as possible, coming into a pyramid variation. Your back foot can stay up off the ground. And then bend your front knee back into your low lunge, plant your hands, slide your right foot back. You're in your plank position. Drop to your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Press up into tabletop. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Maybe you need to wiggle it out again. Maybe you want to find that stillness. Float your left foot up behind you. Hold it here for one breath, finding your balance with only 3 points touching the ground. Draw the left knee into your chest, slide the left foot up by your hand. You're in your low lunge. Now remember, you want to think about your inner thighs rotating towards each other, pressing down through your left heel and your right heel reaching back. This is going to help you with your balance as you reach your arms coming up into your high lunge. Nice and tall. And now open to the left. Come into center. Open to the right. Come into center. To the left. Back to center. Woo! Little bouncy, little tippy. Come back to center. Float your hands down. Press away from the floor. Straighten your front leg as much as possible. Breathe here. And then come back down to your low lunge. Plant your hands, slide your left foot back. You are in plank position. Drop your knees, lower your chest and chin, untuck your toes. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Press yourself up through tabletop, curl your toes back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. We're going to do that one more time, a little bit faster. Float your right leg up. Well, not faster, just different. That made no sense. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hover here for one breath. Plant your right foot down. Take a pause here. Float onto your fingertips if that helps you. And then come all the way up into your high lunge. Open to the right. Come up to center. Open to the left. Come up to center. Rain your fingertips down. Press the floor away from you. Straighten your front leg coming into your pyramid variation. Come back down into your low lunge. Plant your hands. Slide your foot back, plank position. You can knees, chest, chin, or maybe you're ready to go halfway to chaturanga. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Left side, float your left leg up, hold it here. Draw your left knee to your chest, hold it here. Float your left foot all the way up between your hands. Press your left foot down, reach your right heel back. Inhale yourself up, high lunge. Open to the left. Come back to center. Open to the right. One side is always so much more wobbly. Come back to center. Float your hands down. Press the floor away from you, straightening your front leg. Bend into your low lunge. Plant your hands. Step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or if you want, halfway down. Ending up in downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Reach your heels back. And breathe. Gaze forward at your hands and slowly start to walk. One foot at a time, all the way up to your hands, coming into a forward fold at the top of your mat. So your knees are slightly bent. Your head is hanging heavy. Maybe you're reaching for opposite elbows. Can you feel the stretch through your hamstrings? Can you feel stretch through your lower back? Maybe your belly is touching your thighs, which allows your head to get closer to the floor. One more breath here. And then release your arms, press down into your feet, and slowly roll yourself up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way up. Woo. Roll your shoulders back. 1 and 2, 3 times. All right, ground down through your feet. Make sure that you are feeling very sturdy and stable. We're gonna reach our arms up overhead. Hold on to our left wrist, bend over to the right. And from here, we're gonna take a little twist looking down at the ground and looking up, looking down, looking up, come back up to center, big V shape, big breath, and then grab your right wrist with your left hand, bend over to the left, look down and up, and a little twist. Nice. And let your hands float all the way down to your sides. All right. We're going to take a moment, find some stillness, check in before we start moving through our next part of our practice. So let your hands come down by your side. Rock onto your toes and then back onto your heels. Explore the sides of your feet. So that same motion that we took when we first sat down and we were looking for our sit bones, do that to find the bottoms of your feet. Find where you feel comfortable, where you feel connected. And maybe your knees are a little bent. You know, you're feeling good. Okay. So we're going to lift our left heel. We're going to bring our arms up overhead. We're going to exhale and twist to the left. Breathe here. Come back to center. You're going to step your left leg back into a high lunge. Open to the left. Come back to center. You're going to turn your left foot down, open into your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg into peaceful triangle. And then you're going to come all the way through to triangle. Reaching your leg. Reaching your arm down, sorry. And then from there, you're going to cartwheel all the way down into your low lunge. Twist up to the right. Plant your right hand down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. We're going to stay in downward dog for a couple breaths. We're going to look forward at our hands and we're going to slowly walk all the way back up to our hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. You're going to lift your right heel up. You're going to twist to the right. You're going to come back to center. You're going to slide your right leg back to high lunge. Twist to the right. Come back to center. You're going to open into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg. Come all the way through to peaceful, to triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. And then cartwheel your right hand down into your low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Look forward in your hands and slowly start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead, palms touch. Keeping your arms up, if possible, sit back into your chair position. From here, we are going to bring our hands to heart center, and then we're going to open to the left. So we're still twisting, bringing our arms apart. Nice. And now we're going to come back to center. We're going to step our foot back. So last time we slid it. If you still want to slide it, you can do that. Otherwise, try and float your left foot back into your high lunge. Twist to the left. Open your arms. I know it's confusing if you're mirroring me. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful high lunge. I know it's weird, but it's good. You're working all this core, this balance. Come back. And now we're going to twist and open into our warrior two. Beautiful. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg, peaceful triangle. Come all the way through into triangle. Oh, we forgot the twist on the other side. That's all right. And then cartwheel all the way down to your low lunge. Twist open to the right. Float your right hand down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Look forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way back up to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead, palms touch. Open your hands to shoulder width. Sit back into your chair position. Maybe you can sit a little bit lower now. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to twist to the right, opening our arms like wings. And then come back to center, hands at heart center. Either slide your right foot or try and pick it up and step back to your high lunge. Twist to the right, open your arms. And now turn onto your right foot coming into, oh no, I'm sorry, stay there. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful high lunge. Because it's weird, I forgot it. And then come back now, turn on your right foot coming into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg, peaceful triangle. Come all the way through center, down into triangle, reaching your right arm up. Breathe here. And then bring your both hands down, coming into your low lunge. Reach your left arm coming up into the twist, which we forgot in the first round. No worries. And then come back down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Hold here. And breathe. Look forward at your hands. Slowly walk, crossing your feet one at a time, coming to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up. Maybe your palms touch. Open your hands to shoulder height. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, sit down into your chair. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist, open your arms like wings. Bring your hands back to center. Now we're going to take our right elbow and try and bring it over to our left thigh. Coming deeper into the twist, using our arm to assist our upper body, our torso. Make sure your knees stay nice and even. Beautiful. Come back to center. So we slid our foot on the floor the first time, our left foot on the floor the first time, then we stepped it up. Now maybe you can float it into a warrior three. Of course, the other options are still there. You can float or you can slide or step from your warrior three. Now bend your right knee, come into your high lunge. Twist to the left. Turn your right palm up, exhale back. Peaceful high lunge. Come back to your arms open, turn your left foot. You are in your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg. Come all the way through to triangle. So you're reaching your right arm down. You're reaching your left arm up. You're twisting through your torso, trying to line your shoulders up. Maybe you can gaze up at your top hand. Breathe here. Your inner thighs are active. Maybe you can bring your left arm by your left ear. If you want to test your core strength, you can lift your right arm up by your right ear. And then when you're ready, bring both hands by your right foot coming into your low lunge. Plant your left hand, twist up to the right, and maybe you want to float onto the inner edge of your left foot. Maybe you're ready to stack your feet coming into a side plank. Breathe here. Come into plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we shall meet in downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Move side to side. Take a breath. And when you're ready, gaze forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, palms touch overhead. Open your arms to shoulder height, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Take a big inhale, exhale, sit down into your chair position. Beautiful. Bring your hands to heart center and then twist to the right, opening your wings. Bring your hands back to heart center. Now we're going to twist to the right, bringing our left elbow to the outside of our right thigh. Breathe here. Use your arm to help you twist a little bit deeper. Check that your hips are even. And then come back to center. From here, you can step back, slide back, or maybe you want to float your right foot up, coming into a warrior three, testing your balance. Breathing here, flexing your right foot. And then when you're ready, gently bend your left knee, come into your high lunge. Twist to the right, opening yourself up. Woo, find your balance first. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful high lunge. Come back, twist your right foot coming into your warrior two. Landing your warrior two. If you need to readjust, go ahead. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg. Come through center, reaching your left arm forward, coming into your triangle pose. Reaching your right arm up. Twisting your torso, lining your shoulders up. Maybe you're ready to gaze up at your right hand. You want to think about your hips stacking, your shoulders are in line. Maybe you can bring your right bicep by your right ear. If you want to test your core strength, you can float your left arm up by your left ear. One more breath. And then bring both hands on either side of your left foot coming into your low lunge. Plant your right hand, twist up to the left. Maybe you're ready to rotate onto the outer edge of your right foot, staying here in a supported side plank, or sliding your foot back, coming into a full side plank. One more breath here, pressing, lifting your hips away from the mat. And then rotate into your high plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, or knees, chest, chin. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. In this down dog, walk your feet a little bit wider, maybe to the edges of your yoga mat. And then you're going to start to walk your hands back towards your feet, staying in your forward fold. So hanging down here, knees are bent, torso is lying on your thighs. Reach for your opposite elbows. Breathe here. Once you feel relaxed, give yourself a moment to catch your breath. Let your fingertips come onto the ground and then start to slowly lower your hips. We're going to move into a squatting position. So maybe your heels can stay on the ground. Maybe you feel more comfortable with your heels lifted. Wherever you can get comfortable in this position, if possible, bring your hands up to heart center. Press your elbows into your knees and press your knees into your elbows. So you start to feel this engagement through the core and the center of your body. It's a pushing against each other. And then you're going to place your left hand down on the ground and you're going to twist up and open to the right. And we're going to come back to center and switch hands, twist up and open to the left. Come back to center. We're going to twist up and open to the right, and maybe you can bring your right hand behind you. Breathing here, deepening the twist. And release that. Other side, reach your left arm up. Bring your left hand behind you. And reverse that. Bring both hands down in front of you. Slowly, slowly, slowly press yourself back up to your forward fold. Your feet are as wide as your mat. You're going to walk yourself forward, back into your plank position. Drop your knees and lower yourself all the way down. Turn your cheek to one side, reach your arms behind you. We're going to wiggle out our hips a little bit. Bend your left knee, reach back for your left ankle if you can. Hold on to your left ankle and feel the stretch through your thigh. Release the left side. Turn your cheek to the other side. Bend your right knee, reach for your right ankle. Hold on to your right ankle. Breathe here. And release that. You can repeat each side, or if you're ready, place your forehead on the mat. Bend both feet, reach back for both ankles. Stay here. Or if you want to try, start to kick your feet into your hands, coming into your bow posture. Breathe here. Lifting up. Think about drawing your shoulder blades together like you have a pencil behind them. And then release down. Let go of your feet. Turn your head to one side. Let your hips relax. Shake them out. We'll do that one more time, but we're going to take a break. We're going to take a little bit of a breather before we do that again. So either repeat each side separately, or if you're ready, bend both feet. If you have a strap or a towel or a necktie, you can use that to put around your feet to bring them closer. I'm sorry I didn't make that suggestion before this morning when I sent out the. And then when you're ready, kick your feet into your hands. So you're thinking about lifting your thighs up off the ground, and your chest is also lifting. You're gazing forward. Your shoulder blades behind your back are reaching towards each other. Take another breath here. If you come out, you can come back in. There is no rule that you only get one try. And when you're done experimenting and trying, let everything go. Turn your head to one side and breathe slowly. Bring your forearms to the mat so that we're coming back into that Sphinx pose from earlier today. Take a breath here. And then lift yourself up to tabletop. Take a breath here. And then cross your ankles and come through to a seated position. Whew. From this seated position, we're going to extend our legs out in front of you. You might want to keep a nice bend through your legs. Find the evenness between your hips. Reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So if you want more of a stretch in your lower back, keep your knees nice and bent. If you want more of a stretch through your hamstrings, think about lengthening your legs and reaching your hands towards your ankle. So pay attention to what your body feels like it needs tonight, which might be different week to week. Try and relax into this, letting your elbows get heavy. One more breath, and then you're going to slowly roll on up. We're going to bring our feet onto the mat, reaching our arms forward, rolling down nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. See if you can count to 10 in your own head, at your own speed. I won't hold you to it tonight. And then when you get all the way down here, walk your feet as wide as your mat, let your knees touch each other, and take a few breaths to relax. We still have a few more postures, but we're in the cooling down, finishing up phase. Bring your knees so that they're in line with your hips. Your heels are underneath your knees. You're going to extend your right leg straight up to the ceiling, holding it up there nice and straight. Flexing your foot so you can feel some engagement through the back of the right leg. Make sure that your hips are even on the mat, your shoulders are even, and then bend your right knee. Place your right ankle on your left knee. I apologize for that. Gently press the right thigh so that you're opening up through the hips. You can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, lift your left calf so it's parallel to the mat and reach behind your left thigh, coming into a reclined figure 4 position. You can draw the thigh in towards your chest. Maybe it feels good for you to rock side to side here. Maybe you like some core engagement and you lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Explore. Maybe it feels nice for you to straighten your left leg and get deeper into that right hip. There are no rules. So try to take a moment and really try some different things, going back and forth and finding what feels right for you. And then wherever you are, start to slowly release, bring your left foot down to the mat. Uncross your ankle, place your right foot on the mat. Take a centering breath. And then extend your left leg up to the sky. Flex that foot, feel the engagement through the back of the leg. And bend the left knee, place the left ankle on the right knee, gently press that left thigh open. And if you're ready, lift the right shin so the calf is parallel, reach behind the right thigh. Use your left elbow to open up through the left hip a little bit more. Now, what you did on the first side might not be the same as to what you want on this side. So go through that same round of exploration. Try the rocking, try the leg extension, or a combination of that. And then when you're ready, release your right foot down to the ground, uncross your left foot. We're going to drop both knees over to the right and then come through center, drop both knees over to the left. So a nice big windshield wiper movement, left to right. If there's anything else that you would like to do before we move into Shavasana, go ahead and make that choice now. Otherwise, let your feet slowly travel to the far end of your mat as your legs start to straighten out. And as you move side to side, you start to lengthen through your body so that your toes are as far away from your head as possible. Maybe you can straighten your spine out. You feel like you're not quite as aligned as you want to be. Take a moment, open your arms, let your legs relax, let your feet fall out to the side. Take a big inhale, breathing in, filling the whole entire body up with air, starting at the toes. Envision yourself filling up through the legs and the torso and the chest and the shoulders and the head. And then as you exhale, imagine this reverse, like it's all emptying out, disappearing, leaving your body. Some people like the image of a wave. So breathe in, think of this wave starting at your feet and slowly coming up over your body. And then when it reaches the top of your head, you exhale and it rolls back down. Do that a couple more times as you start to slowly slow down. Moving into your stillness. I'm going to turn out the lights in the room. If you're at home, maybe you want to put a blanket over your eyes or a pillow over your eyes. And we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. Enjoying the stillness. Start to deepen your breath, bringing more air into your lungs, and then exhaling it out. So lengthening your inhales and lengthening your exhale. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Let your head rock gently side to side. Release your jaw. And then when you're ready, reach your arms up overhead. Stretch. Big, long stretch. And then draw yourself into a small ball, hugging your knees into your chest. Maybe it feels good to rock gently side to side on your lower back. And then roll all the way onto one side. We're going to pause here for a few breaths. And then in your own time, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe you have a few sways left in you, a little bit of a shoulder roll. And when you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. Thank yourself for taking this time to practice, to take care of your body and your mind. Thank you for allowing me to lead you through your practice tonight. Namaste. For those of you at home, you are more than welcome to stay where you are, relaxing.